am I supposed to do? I don't get it. My deck got banned, and now I don't have anything to play. We've got like 1 day left. I don't have any money. What am I supposed to do? It's not like a deck's gonna fall out of the sky. And here we are with Old Faithful Burning Abyss, the deck that never dies. For those of you who don't know, Burning Abyss is a Fiend level 3 base deck that was introduced around 2014. It was a big thing back in the Shaddoll BA Stellar Knight meta. And it's still somewhat competitive today. You just end up playing like a very trap-heavy deck that's meant to grind out your opponent using the Seer Dante loop. It's very fun and I enjoy it a lot, but it's a very high skill ceiling deck. Because it's a lot weaker than most other decks, you really need to be more skilled than your opponent to truly beat them. And as we all know, I'm not more skilled than my opponent. So with that, let's get into our deck and see what I've got in here. So all the BAs, they share several effects. They're all able to be special summoned if you don't control back row, but it negates their other effect. Their other most famous effect is if there's a non-BA on field, they destroy themselves. And after that, they all have got an effect when they hit the graveyard. So starting with Barbar, when this hits the graveyard, I can banish 3 other BAs to deal 300 per BA banish. 3 Seer, he's the main part of your resource loop, so when he hits the graveyard, you special a BA from your graveyard. You're usually going to special summon Dante, because when Dante hits the graveyard, he adds a BA to hand. Then you got 2 Fiendish Rhino Warrior, so when it's on the field, your monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is really good, because it prevents the BAs from killing themselves. It's a 3, and when it's into the graveyard, you can Foolish a Fiend from your deck. Next, we got the 1 of BAs, so we got Calcab, so this destroys a set spell trap when it's into the graveyard. Livic, when it's into the graveyard, you special summon a 3 Dark Fiend monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. Alec, which is an effect veiler when it's into the graveyard. Farfa banishes something for the turn when it's into the graveyard, very good removal, and very good to send off of Beatrice. And Graf, the main man himself, when he's sent to the graveyard, you special a BA from your deck. He's a really good combo starter. Then we've got 3 Tour Guide. Back in the day, she was the combo starter where you go normal Tour Guide, special Graf, and then go from there. However, due to the fact that everyone's running like Chalice, Imperm, Veiler, you more of want to use her as your combo extender on turn 3 to make a Boral Sword or an Axis Toad to win the game. Next, we have 3 Skarm. Skarm, when it's sent to the graveyard, searches you a 3 Fiend during your end phase. Backjack, so when it's sent to the graveyard, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put them back in any order. Then on your opponent's turn, you can banish it as a quick effect, exfoliate the top card. If it's a trap card, set it to your field. Very strong because we play a lot of trap cards. Called by, of course, this is really good for protecting your Tour Guide when you summon her. Next, we have 3 Dino-Miscus. Now, Dino-Miscus is really good because it's a just trap card that banishes something and discards to get a BA into the graveyard, so you can discard something like Skarm for extending your plays next turn. Triple Torrential, the classic board wipe trap card, very good. Fiend Griefing, so you flip it, you shuffle a card from your opponent's graveyard back into the deck, and then you can Foolish one of your Fiend type monsters to the graveyard. Doubles Solemn, which I was playing 3. This card's so good going first or second. Pay 1500 to negate a summon or an activation of effect, and if you do destroy, so good. Triple Trap Trick, this is your trap card searcher. You can activate it, banish a trap card to set one of the same name, and you can activate it this turn, very good. Then we've got Triple Ghost Spell. Now this is a meta call. I would actually probably just replace her with more trap cards because traps are kind of the name of the game with this deck. Now for the extra deck, we are running Purple Dante. So when Beatrice is destroyed, you can special summon a BA monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, and that's how you get this guy out. 1 Zeus because he is plan A for all Xyz decks. 1 Beatrice, she's just so strong. Just being able to Foolish something at instant speed on your opponent's turn, crazy. Downer, this helps make Zeus. Double Dante, he's the main man, he mills for costs. We've got the 49 Fortune Tune, this is how you make Zeus. You go into this, it's unable to be destroyed by battle or card effect, and then you just, go into Downer and make Zeus. Zeraboros, a very funny card and I love running it. Link 4 gains 200 for each banish card. And then when a monster special summon to an arrow, it points 2, so that's usually going to be your Dante off of a Seer proc. You banish all cards on field, including itself, and then during the standby phase, it comes back, and that's how you get it to be huge. You clear boards. Just a funny card, and I like it a lot. Boral Sword, this is your main game ender. Access code, great for clearing board. Unfortunately, with this deck, most of your Link monsters are darks, except for the Phoenix, so you're not going to get as many pops with access code, but hopefully that won't really matter too much, just because access code is so strong. Nightmare Unicorn, being able to go into this on your opponent's turn as a quick effect, and then just spin away something is so strong. Nightmare Phoenix, this is back row removal, just if you have 2 monsters, make it. IP Masquerade, one of our main combo enders, so when you have her on your side of the field, you can quick effect, link into something on your opponent's turn, and then it can't be destroyed by card effect. Very strong. Gravity Controller, this is good, so if you can't get a Graph into rotation, if you're stuck on like Seer Farfa, what you do is you normal Seer, special the Farfa, and then make Dante in the extra monster zone. Then you make this, so that puts the Dante and the Seer into your graveyard, and that allows you to make Beatrice. Very strong, it gets your resource loop going. And finally, Breaksword. Now, why am I playing Breaksword, not Cherubini? Because Cherubini is a great way to make your Boral Sword. That's because I left Cherubini at home, and all I had in my binder was a break sword that I could slide into the deck. So hopefully that does not come up. Now let's see how this deck performs at locals, and hopefully I can take a few wins. Alright folks, back on Old Reliable, Burning Abyss. Sorry if my camera angle looks kind of bad. My tripod actually broke as soon as I got to locals. Anyways, we start by going first against Branded Eldritch, and sadly, we drew the Seer, so you have to go with Plan B. Plan B, of course, being Gravity Controller and Beatrice, which does not bode well against one of the grindiest decks of the format. We set 2 more and pass. Hopefully our back row can make up for our lackluster end board. Sadly for us, he top decks an Albaz and uses it to fuse away our Beatrice into an Albion. Why do I feel like I have deja vu? But for the future. He then uses his Albion to make a Mirror Jade. And normally, that would be the end of the game. However, we have Torrential to get rid of it. He then makes the standard Eldritch board of set 5 and pass. God, I wish I main Feather Duster. On our standby, he hits us with the anti-spell, but luckily, this deck doesn't play any spell cards in the main board. Sadly, we ran into the basic issue of fricking on BA names, so he just got a set 1 and pass. His turn, he makes a Link Spider and hits our face down. This may seem like a weird play, but it was so he could have the knowledge of our board and get his conch into the graveyard so he could set up his Elixir. On our turn, we make a Dante and attempt to increase our board presence, but he hits us with the Field Drain Summon Limit double whammy. At this point, we know we can't win, so we scoop him up and hope Game 2 goes better. Game 2, we go first again, and we open our Girl Tour Guide. Thankfully, it didn't have any Veilers, so we attempt to go full combo. We end on a board of Beatrice with IP and a few back row. Hopefully, this will be enough to deal with whatever he can throw at us.
Battle? Yeah. End of battle phase, even.
Oh shit. After that heart attack, he sets Zombie World, 3 back row, and reveals the Heavenly Prison. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think we're winning this one. Never mind, we top deck Duster, baby! He changed the anti-spell to get his large rock band out and set Skill Drain, but hey, progress has been made. We then Phoenix discard Graph to pop the Skill Drain. Now it's big brain time. We summon Libic. Libic pops itself, and we summon Seer from hand. We then go into Unicorn, discard Batjack, and spin away the Heavenly Prison, clearing his board. Unfortunately, we can't go much farther, so we just hit him for 2200 and pass. And now I'm just gonna speedrun the rest of this duel. He gets his Lich Engine going on his turn, and we're just unable to keep up, so he takes game 2. Hopefully we don't have control mirrors all night. For our second match this week, we're going first against Brave Striker, and I am not liking my odds. On our turn, we Plan B combo into Beatrice plus back row and a Space Insulator, hoping that will be enough. On his turn, he hits us with the Feather Duster, so we know that this is just going to go so well. He then does the funny adventure combo that we all know and love, so let's just skip ahead and see if he kills me. Well, he didn't kill me, but we aren't in a great position to staring down Griffin Rider and Shizuku. Sadly, all we can do is set 1 and pass over to him. On his turn, he bounces our Beatrice, but thankfully we're able to strike the summon of his Hayate before he can do any shenanigans. He then griffins the summon of our Dynamiscus, and that's kind of rude. And finally, say it with me now, he makes a big access code talker and kills us. Woo! Game 2, we go first again, and all we can do is set 3 pass. However, on his standby phase, we flip Anti-Spell, which I hear is a good card against Striker. Then, when he attacks us with his Hayate, we banish it. This game is looking good. All I gotta do is draw a monster, and we're golden. After he sets 2 and goes into Shizuku, we Torrential. Again, things are looking up Nicholas. Sadly, we are kind of boned on our turn. We normal summon Farfa, hit for 1k, and pass. And now, on his turn, he flips up the right. Now let's play my favorite game called Will I Survive This Turn? And for those of you wondering, right places Faithful Adventure, so it gets around Anti-Spell. He ends up hitting us for some damage, but thankfully, we're not dead yet. So please, just give me a good draw. Sadly, I got nothing. We set a monster, and he kills us on the crackback. Man, who knew not drawing monsters lost you the game? Not me. Final match this week, and we're going against Invoked, Dogmatica, Branded Shadal. That's a mouthful. Anyways, we start by setting 3 and passing. And oh no, flashbacks are happening. I can't lose like this again. There it is, the funny card. He opened Meltdown. Now let's just speedrun this since we all know where this is going. Or not. On Summon of Gardna, we shuffle Alistair back in the deck with Fiend Griefing. And now, we get the weird shit. On our opponent's turn, he activates Chaos Space and shows us he's running a small Dragon Link engine. It doesn't go anywhere, but it was confusing. Our opponent ends on a board of Dogmaticus with a dragon and a set Schism. We search our tour guide in the end phase, but we know I'm not beating Winda when it comes down. And just like I said, he activates Schism and he makes Winda and we scoop it up. Sadly, game 2 doesn't go much better. We end on a full board of Beatrice and IP, which is great. However, he's really able to just play through it and take the game decisively. I guess BA is not the deck for me. Well, We lost another week. Unfortunately, I'm not skilled enough of a pilot to run BA, especially when I'm running into exclusively control mirrors against better control decks. A few ways I could have fixed this was running more trap cards instead of running the 3 go spell, just tightening up my BA lineup a little bit, and also remembering the fucking Cherubini so I could actually go into Access Code Talker on my turn 3 and like do something. But whatever, I digress. We're gonna try again next week with a more competent control strategy is what I'll say. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe down below and hit the bell. And also tell your friends, because every little bit of sharing helps. We're trying to get to 500 subs, and it would just make my day if you could help that happen. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again next week.